Balancing chemical equation. First, we will start with balancing equations of synthesis reactions. Synthesis reactions are reactions in which two elements react to give one binary compound. What is a binary compound? A binary compound is a compound that contains two elements only, such as Al2O3, CaCl2, H2O, HCl, and H3, etc. If you look, each compound is composed of two elements only. Al2O3 contains aluminum element and oxygen element. Calcium chloride contains calcium element and chlorine element. The first example is balancing equations that contain oxygen element as a reactant, such as lithium plus oxygen gives Li2O. This equation is not balanced. If we count the number of atoms of each element on both sides, we will see that it is not balanced. One lithium atom on the left side, two lithium atoms on the right side, not equal. Two oxygen atoms on the left side, while we have one oxygen atom on the right side. To balance, first of all, you have to bear in mind that you would never change the subscripts. Subscripts are the numbers to the lower right side of an element in the formula. Like this, O2, the number 2 is the subscript, Li2O, number 2 is the subscript. There is a risk of changing these, you will ruin the formula. As I mentioned before, if we count the number of atoms of each element on both sides, you will find on the left side we have one lithium, while on the right side two lithium atoms. On the left side two oxygen, while on the right side we have one oxygen atom. Always in synthesis reactions that contain oxygen as one of the reactants, we start by balancing oxygen. To make the number of oxygen on both sides the same, multiply oxygen on the right side with number 2. When we multiply it by number 2, then we will have on both sides two oxygen atoms, it is balanced. Then we multiply the same number in front of the formula, it becomes 2Li2O. Then after that, the number of lithium atoms changes, it becomes 4 atoms on the right side. We need to make the number of lithium atoms on the left side the same. We multiply 1 by 4, then it becomes 4 lithium atoms on both sides, it's equal. And number of oxygen atoms also stay equal. 2 oxygen atoms on the right side and 2 oxygen atoms on the left side. Then we multiply lithium by 4 by the same number we multiplied lithium with on the left side. We check 4 lithium atoms on the left side, 4 lithium atoms on the right side, 2 oxygen atoms on the left side, 2 oxygen atoms on the right side. Therefore this equation is balanced. Is calcium plus O2 gives CaO. Also, don't forget that don't change the subscripts. Here we have only one subscript, which is 2. Never change this subscript. Count the number of atoms of each element on both sides. On the left side, 1 calcium, 2 oxygen. On the right side, 1 calcium, 1 oxygen. They are not equal. Then we start by balancing oxygen. Multiply oxygen on the right side by 2. Then we will have 2 oxygen atoms on each side. It's balanced. We multiply by the same number in front of the formula on the right side. Then we find that number of calcium atoms changed. It became 2 on the right side and 1 on the left side. To make them equal, we multiply on the right side calcium by 2. Then it becomes same number of calcium atoms, 2 calcium on left side and 2 calcium atoms on the right side, so we will multiply by the same number in front of calcium. After that, then we will have equal number of atoms of each element on both sides, 2 calcium, 2 calcium, 2 oxygen on left side, 2 oxygen on right side, therefore the equation is balanced.